Yeah, area!
Okay, so I want to start off talking about your hit song, Tell Me Where to Go. It's celebrating the 20-year anniversary. Can you believe it?
Yeah, 20 years is a long time,
It is.
you know, and to still be, played like every day.
Yes.
Like in all, you know what I'm saying, through all genres, you know what I'm saying? I love it, man. And I'll tell you, that song right there is a platinum record, of course,
Yes.
right? But it's like when you go platinum, and I've had platinum and gold all my career.
Come on.
But when you go platinum,
Yeah.
when you go platinum, it's like winning the Super Bowl. It's
Okay.
like a championship, you know what I mean? So I'm honored. I love the longevity of it, and God bless me. At
Yes.
an older age, too.
Yes, and you still in the game.
Yeah, still in the mix like biscuits.
Oh, listen, and you're loved everywhere because I know you feel the love here, especially in Northern California, where it's the Bay Area. That's your home.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how do you feel to be considered the ambassador of that area?
It feels great, especially being from a small city called Vallejo, California. It's right next door to Napa, wine country, Napa, California. Many people come to Napa, which is right next door, same soil, 707. They come to Napa to get married. They do everything. And to me, being from Vallejo and making it this far and being an icon in this game and being noticed all across the world, state to state, it's a beautiful thing.
It has to be. Legends, icon status. And your first album, Federal, was in 1992, right?
Yeah, so that album represented where I'm, my struggle, my past,
Yeah.
being born in the octagon, the trenches, the ghetto, the quicksand, and coming up out of that thing, and I was able to tell my stories.
Yes, and turn it into art.
Turned it into art, that's why I say when I rap, I use my verbal paintbrush.
Your verbal paintbrush.
paintbrush.
I love that. See, there we go right there, because you're the king of slang.
Yes, I am.
Okay, now, he better know it. How does that happen?
Being from the Bay Area, we real slick with our words. We like to use colorful words. When I was young, I used to read the dictionary all the time, and just being laced around OGs. I like to hang around older people.
Yeah.
They game you up. They have you right, not wrong. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so that's where I got the game from. And then I always been creative, so they call me the king of slang.
You are, look, and I got a few of those terms. You got us all walking around trying to say the slang. I want to remind what popo is.
Oh, the popo?
Popo.
Popo
Tell them what that means.
Popo is the police, Johnny Law, the Poncherello, them people, the folks. You feel me?
Ah!
But Popo, I made a song called Outsmart the Popos on that album, 1992, Federal. And they've been using movies and all kind of stuff, so I made it very popular, you know what I mean? It's from the Octagon.
did.
Yeah, it's from the Octagon. The Octagon is the ghetto, y'all.
Y'all better write it down. If you didn't know, you know now. What about hella?
Hella, that's a Bay Area word since I was knee-high to a fly's eye.
Knee-high to a what?
That's the Bay Area. Since I was ankle low to a centipede's toe, they've been popping that. You know what I mean? Hey, for real, for real. Hella, everybody in the Bay, that's all. When you hear somebody say, that was hella of them over there, man, that's us, you know?
Okay. And for Sheezy, how'd that go?
For Sheezy is for sure, So when me and Too Short, y'all know about Too Short?
Of course we do.
So me and
That's
Too
all
Short.
Bay Area, right?
Right, yeah, he from the Bay Area, he from Oakland, he from the town. So, we ended up actually making a song called Rapper's Ball, and it was just in a nick of time. That's when that word started getting popular in the soils. But no rapper ever said it before we said for Sheezy. He was like, I say, too Sheezy. He say, for E-40. He said, we off the Heezy for Sheezy. I said, you know what I'm saying?
We can't do it like you. We can't do it like
and
you.
no other rapper had ever said that on record. So I just want to, you know what I'm saying, commend ourselves on that one. We popped our P's.
Yes. You have so many amazing skills, because I seen you going viral for your cooking videos, which is amazing. What you be cooking, honey? Tell us about this.
I cook everything, man.
You do?
Yeah, I do oxtails. I do short ribs. I do chicken cordon bleu. I do London broil. I did the escargot when I was young because I used to work for this restaurant called the Commandant's Restaurant in Benicia. Me and my cousin B. Legit, we was teenagers, and a guy by the name of Lewis taught us a lot about cooking. I started off washing dishes, and next thing you know, he was like, hey, Earl, come in here. We want you cooking. And so I started doing it from there. And then in 2014, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law bought me a power pressure cooker in 2014, and I never had one in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I ended up making everything with that. I'm talking about gumbo. I'm talking about everything.
Gumbo?
Yeah, all done, everything done in 45 to 55 minutes. I mean, it went crazy. So my cousin B Legit, he had a line in one of the songs. He said, I'm the goon with the spoon, right, on one of my songs, right?
Yes.
So I was like, oh, the goon with the spoon. I said, yeah. So that's a double entendre. In the streets, y'all know cooking could go any kind of way, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a goon with the spoon, you feel me?
Yeah.
And so I started hashtagging that, and I went ahead and got it done, and next thing you know, I'm co-packing. I got a New York Times best-selling book called Goon with the Spoon.
So everything you touch turned into gold.
Everything I touch. And you know what? You know what's heavy? I was watching the segment with Snoop, my cousin Snoop. He was on here, and Snoop Dogg is the one who said, Cousin Earl, I want to put your book out, because he already had sold a million books on his book.
Yeah.
Right? So he was like, okay, Snoop Dogg presents Goon with the Spoon. Now we all over the place like space, y'all, all everywhere like air.
Well, I think you have two sons, and one of them is in production, and then the other one is a cook as well.
Yeah. So we got Earl Jr., he go by the name of Droopy. You know, he produced many beats. There you are right there, yeah. So he produced many beats for many artists in the game. He started off real young. My wife, Tracy Stevens, she put them into, both of them into piano lessons, and they just hanging around me, being around me, seeing me cook, doing, you know, seeing their mom cook. Also, you know, doing music. We got the studio at the crib. Ever since they was pretty much born, you know, we pretty much had a, you know, studio in the crib, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially my youngest. So anyway, to make a long story short, you know, just watching me, I'm glad to be a positive influence, you know what I'm saying? They could be out there doing dumb stuff, but they're not, you know? So I'm happy, I'm proud of both of them.
And you're releasing a double release on your new album, Rule of Thumb, Rule 2, and Rule 3. Leave us with that, tell us about it.
So I've been doing double albums since Kermit the Frog was a pollywog, you dig? Everyone loves collector's items.
Yes.
I see people coming back with people buying record players now, youngsters.
I love a record player.
Right? Me too. It's just authentic and it's beautiful. It sets the mood, you know, and then, you know, so I'm doing CDs, I'm doing vinyl, and I'm doing cassettes. So, and I'm gonna have some swag for them, you know. You just gotta give them all that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Cassettes, y'all. You feel me?
Cassettes. Give it to us. Your happy place is here. What was your favorite part? Drop it in the comments and subscribe to help keep the joy coming.